or not?
Oh, as soon as possible, man. I just want to fight Chandler the weekend after we fought, you know. So, man, I want it back. I want it bad. I couldn't sleep for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I still think about it all the time, man. I didn't perform as well as I wanted to, and I know I could have. So, I want that Chandler fight really freaking bad, man.
And last thing for me, do you think he wants it as well?
Do I think he?
Yeah, Chandler. Do you think he wants it as well?
I don't think he wants to fight me. No, I don't think he does. And it took forever for him to fight me the second time, you know. So I really don't know about the third time, but I know I want it, and hopefully Bellator will talk him into it, or he'll grow some balls and fight me. So that's what I really want, for sure.
Thank you.
Brent, I was there in Hawaii, and it was an unusual performance. We've spoken about it, and you feel like you should have done other things in that fight.
100%.
You know, you weren't klepto, weren't you?
Yeah.
Is it a healthy or an unhealthy obsession you have to want to fight you? Because I say you think about it every morning.
Oh man, I think about it all the damn time. Like seriously, I couldn't sleep for like 2 months after that fight, man. Like we'd be driving and I'd be zoning out thinking about the fight. My wife would be talking to me and she'd be like, Brent. I'm like, oh, you know, like
yeah.
just zoning out and thinking about it. You know, like I just know I could have done better, and I really I should have choked him out in the second round, man. I should have switched to gable grip. I should have had my body triangle on him. There's just so many things that I looked at and I was like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? You know, but I want that fight so damn bad, you know. And I should have switched my game plan in the middle of the fight, and I didn't. But that was like probably the biggest thing that I've learned. But I want that fight so bad.
Just to follow up to that, so obviously he's fighting next weekend against Patricio.
Yeah.
If Patricio wins that, he gets the belt, obviously. So would you rather fight Chandler, or would you, if he loses, would you rather fight Chandler or Patricio for the belt?
Chandler for sure, 100%. 100%. I want that guy, and I respect Patricio way more. I think he's an awesome guy, and he's a tough, gritty dude. But I want Chandler, man. There's nobody else in the world that I want to fight more than Chandler.
You said you do something a lot different from your previous fight with him.
Yeah.
What have you been doing in preparation? I know you've been preparing for this fight, but what have you been doing in preparation? Because I'm sure you thought you were going to get past this fight tonight quite easily. Fantastic overplay, by the way. But there's too many of them in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fantastic. So what changes have you made? Like what's going through your head? You think you want to do this differently next time, this differently next time?
I have a total different game plan for Chandler next time.
So that giving too much away?
100%. Like I don't want to give my game plan with Chandler, but my next fight with Chandler, if he grows the balls to fight me, it's totally different. I'm telling you, my game plan is way different, and you'll see that for sure.
Perfect.
I'm going to bring it back to this fight for a moment. You come over, face Tim Wilde in Tim's backyard in the UK. Perhaps not a household name, Tim Wilde. What did you know about him, and where did you feel he might be dangerous, or did you just think that there was too much of a difference in the level?
Oh, no way. I never underestimate anybody. You know, I knew he was dangerous on his feet. I knew he had good angles, good footwork, so I was not going to underestimate this guy. I wasn't wanting to fight him. I didn't want to sign the contract when they gave it to me because I was wanting to fight. I asked to fight Patricky or Benson Henderson, and I got this guy just because I know he's tough, but he wasn't a top 10. He wasn't a big name, and that's what I really wanted, you know. So, but at the same time, that's who Bellator wanted me to fight, and so I'm here, you know. So that's what happened for sure.
He dropped you though, didn't he?
Yeah, I was throwing a kick, you know, and he kind of clipped my side. It was more of a, you know, I was more leaning back with that kick, but. And I went to the ground when he went on top of me. I was like, hey, let's do this, man. Like, I couldn't believe he wanted to go to the ground with me. And if I was him, I would have stood up and, you know, try to strike with me. But, man, as soon as he went to the ground with me, I was like, let's do this, man. You're in my world now. So it worked out perfect for me, for sure.
How you found the British experience?
The hardest thing was the sleep, man. It's been so hard to sleep here, the time change and everything. But everybody here has been so nice to me. It's been crazy. Like, I thought that people were going to be hating. I get booed a little bit when I came out, but other than that, like everywhere I went, everybody's been so nice and respectful, and you know, the UK has been incredibly nice to me for sure.
I think they recognize the talent that you bring to the table, and it's one of the things that the European series has done really well for us. Is they're bringing in some of the top Americans just to highlight the card, to go against some of our British fighters. Fighting in Europe, you enjoy? You want to keep doing it, or you know, would you have a title fight in Europe, for example, if Chandler wanted it?
I would, but I'd like to be flown out earlier. I just want to get used to the time change a little bit more, and I got here on Tuesday, and I literally didn't sleep until last night. You know, I was up, maybe got like 45 minutes of sleep at night, and I was like tossing, turning, punching my bed, like, just go to sleep, you know, like, I couldn't believe it. And I would try to go get melatonin at the stores, and they're like, we don't have melatonin here. I was like, what the heck, man? Like, I couldn't believe that, you know, and thankfully my wife brought some, so I got some sleep last night.
Are you going to be attending the Chandler Pitbull fight next week, and who have you got winning that?
If they fly me out there, I'll go, but I ain't gonna spend money to fly out there, you know. That's
Fair
for dang
enough.
sure, you know. So I'll sit at home with my family and friends and watch the fight for sure. I'm definitely gonna be watching it for sure, though.
And who have you got in that fight? Who have you got winnings?
I want Chandler to win because I want to dethrone him and I want to take that belt from him, you know. So, but if it was any other case, I would want Patricio to win because I respect him more and I think he's a better guy, a better dude, you know. I think he's more respectful and everything. But I want to take that belt from Chandler for sure.
Did you expect Wild to come out so strong, like so aggressive early on, knowing obviously your background?
I actually did. You know, I've watched him in his fights, and I knew he had great stand-up. And honestly, man, I just thought the pressure was really big on him, being his first Bellator fight, fighting, not talking myself up, but fighting a former Bellator champ. You know, and I just want him to keep his head up and come out here and hopefully he. I know he's gonna do well. You know, he's a great fighter, so all respect to him, and he's a great guy. And I talked to him, many times, and he's a good guy. So all respect to him for sure.
Perfect, thank you.
I see on your Instagram you recently got your second stripe on your black belt. So facing a British guy tonight, was that something you maybe thought you'd definitely utilise to get the win?
Man, my jiu-jitsu is. I'm so confident in my ground game, you know, and I submit high-level guys every day, and anybody that knows me and anybody that grapples me, they know my omoplata is no joke, and so I definitely knew the ground game was in my world 100%. You know, I was definitely gonna stand up with the guy and stand up with him, but I knew my game plan was to get this guy to the ground because I knew he had no chance with me on the ground for sure. And no matter how good you are at standing up, there's always a puncher's chance that you can get knocked out, and I know that. But my game plan was to get him on the ground because I knew that he was in my world. And thankfully, I got clipped a little bit, or we slipped and whatever, went to the ground, and he went on top of me, and I was like, I was seriously just like, hell yeah, let's do this, man. I was pretty happy about that for sure.
Brent, you said you want to take going to the belt mark, but you also mentioned that Tim Wilde wasn't a top 10 ranked opponent. So how many steps do you think you are away from that title fight?
Man, that's a good question. It's up to Bellator, really, you know. But like I said, man, I beat Chandler the first time, and he beat me the second, and it makes sense to have a trilogy, a third fight, and just to finish all this crap, you know. So I want Chandler more than anything, man. Please, God, let me get Chandler. That's what I want for sure.
But who would be ahead of you? You know, I mean, Benson had a very close fight with the Galante.
Yeah,
what are the lightweights is?
The only people that I can think of is Benson and Patricky, but Patricky's injured right now, and honestly, Benson had such a close fight last. I honestly thought that Adam Piccolotti won that fight. I thought he won 1-3, but
Or a draw.
or a draw, yeah. So it's such a close fight, and honestly, in my eyes, I'm next, you know. So come on, Bellator, give me that fight.
But there's a Benson fight for you there as well. That's a great match.
For sure. You know,
There are other people to fight.
before I got this fight with Tim, I asked for Benson or Patricky if I can't get Chandler. And honestly, I actually was signed a contract and I was training for Benson. Me and him signed a contract to fight each other. But I took off the card in California because the new commission, you can't gain 10% of your weight, and they said that was too big, so they took me off that card, and I was like, man. So I was literally training for Benson Henderson, and they took me off that card about like a month into training and said, you can't fight in California, we're gonna fight you now. You're gonna fight in England against Tim Wilde, and not a top 10 guy. And my heart was broken. I literally it was so hard to get in the morning and go train with that fire in me because I was supposed to be fighting Benson, you know, and so.
So do you have to live under 175 pounds most of the time?
I mean, I was probably 180, 181 when I walked in the cage tonight, but I'm on big 155, man. Like, I would definitely have to watch what I eat and watch what I do if I was to try to be under 170 or 175 for sure. And I don't want to do that.
Last question, guys.
Thank you ever so much. Congratulations on a hell of a
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Enjoy your whiskey, man.
Yes, for sure, man. I can't wait to see my boys at home. I miss that guy so much. He didn't. I was really wanting to come.